7-9 gets us into decimal points in both factors. Just practicing some more of this. So we have 6 times 4 is 24. 2 times 4 is 8 plus 2 more is 10. Don't have to do anything with the decimal points yet. I'm going to get rid of this so it doesn't confuse me. I'm going to add in my 0 as a placeholder because I'm done with the ones place. I have 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 more is 7. I add these together. And now I need to think about the decimal points. This went over one place, this went over one place. So in my answer, I need to go over 2. So I'm going to go over 1, 2, and my answer is 8.84. Now to kind of make sure that you're putting the decimal point in the right spot, you can think to yourself that this is about 3, and this is about 3, and 3 times 3 is about 9. So if I had put the decimal point like this, I know that that wouldn't have been correct because 88 is nowhere close to 9, whereas 8.8 is very close to 9. If you look then at number 7, same thing again. Remember, the decimal points in multiplication don't have to be lined up like they do with addition and subtraction. We'll line them up in the answer. So we have 9 times 5 is 45. 9 times 7 is 63 plus 4 is 67. And 9 times 1 is 9 plus 6 is 15. I'm going to get rid of these. I'm going to put in a 0 as a placeholder. I have 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 7 is 28 plus 2 more is 30. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 3 is 7. I add these together. I went over 2, 1, 2. I went over 1, so I need to go over 3, which puts me here. And once again, if I think to myself that this is about 2, I round it to 2, and this I round to 5, and 5 times 2 is 10. This number is relatively close to 10. If we look at number 11 and 12, numbers 11 and 12, they go together. Number 11 says, the Sunrise Cafe gets tea bags in boxes of 1,000. If the cafe charges $1.75 for each cup of tea, and each cup of tea gets 1 tea bag, how much money does a cafe make for each box of 1,000 tea bags? So remember, when we're multiplying by 10 or by 100 or by 1,000, our number is getting bigger by, in this case, 1, 2, 3 place values. So I'm going to take my 175 and think 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put a 0 in here. The Sunrise Cafe makes $1,750 for each box that they have. So now it says if each box of tea bags costs $95, how much money does a cafe actually make after they have used up the box? Well, they're selling and getting $1,750. They spent $95. So we're just going to subtract that $95. And we have, and my work is kind of messy here, sorry about that. I have $1,655 that they make. On the remembering side, we're looking for the fractions that are equivalent or equal to 1 or to 3/6, which we know 3/6 is the same thing as 1/2. So right away, we've already found one of our answers. And then we think, okay, which one of these, if you look at your denominator, you want your numerator to be half of your denominator. Well, half of 5 is not 4. Half of 3 is not 6. Half of 12 is 6. There's the other one. And we're done. For the unknown angles, we know that the total measurement of an entire quadrilateral is 360. So if we already have 90 and 90, that's 180. And 360 minus 180 is 180. We have to subtract this additional 140, which leaves us with 40 for that angle. And if you kind of eyeball it, that looks like 40 degrees is about what that angle would be. Same thing for this. You have a quadrilateral again, and a quadrilateral has 360 degrees. This time I'm going to add all of my angles together first. So I have 105 plus 75 plus 75, 5, 10, 15, 14, 15. So the angles that I know are 255. So I'm going to move my work up here. And I'm going to say, okay, 360 minus 255 gets me to 105. Now, we haven't really learned this yet, but we know that opposite angles of a quadrilateral, like this, if everything else is equal, will be equal. And so because both of these are 75, both of these are 105. But there's some rules there that we haven't talked about yet, so this is really the safer way. And the rest of the problems on here, you already know how to do.